Hey, you've heard the old adage that the trees are full of long hitters. Well, I don't believe that's true. I think you can have both distance and accuracy. And right after this, I'm going to give you my guide to straight distance. So don't go away. Hey, this is Steve from HitItLonger.com. I sincerely hope you'll get some benefit out of this video, that it's going to teach you to hit the ball a little longer and straighter. If that's true, then please don't hesitate, become a subscriber, hit the bell notification. That way you'll know when I release another video. So people leave comments on my videos and they email me all the time saying, I'd rather just hit the ball straight. I don't need any extra distance. But they're overlooking the fact that statistically getting more distance off the tee is going to drop your scores. There are certain thresholds when it'll drop it more than others, but just in general, longer drives or longer tee shots are going to get you a shorter club into the green, which is going to give you a closer to the hole dispersion rate, which is going to make your short game look better. So it has a ripple effect from all the way to your last putt, whether it's for birdie or par, or maybe you're just trying to be a bogey golfer. That distance is going to help. So that old saying, the trees are full of long hitters, it's actually not true. From what they've studied, they found the opposite is true, that longer hitters tend to be better golfers because their mechanics, the mechanics of hitting the ball farther, are also give you good mechanics to hit the ball straighter. It's usually the shorter hitters that are the most crooked. So let's talk about some big keys to hitting the ball long and straight so that you can keep that ball out there down the fairway and reduce your score. One really big key to getting straight distance is what we would call supple quickness. Another way you could put it is freedom or relaxation. What I like to do is pretend that I've just washed my hands, but there's no paper towels. And I'm gonna flop my hands back and forth, that kind of air dry them like this to get them dried off. So from my shoulders down to my fingertips, I'm feeling this real sensation of just spaghetti, letting go, being free. Then when I pick up the club and swing it, I want to see if I can maintain that same freedom. That way we have quickness rather than what Mike Austin would call rigid slowness. A second idea that's going to net you not only more distance but more accuracy as well is making sure that your club head is approaching the ball on the correct inside approach. You see, the club path is not straight. A golf swing is not straight. The only straight line there is in a golf is the line between your ball and the flag. Everything else is on curves and arcs and planes. We do not want this club coming from the outside or even straight into the ball. Too many golfers have that notion or that visual that in order to hit the ball straight, they've got to make the club come down a line straight. We've got to get the club coming around the curve from the inside this way. That doesn't mean that your path is going to be inside at the ball, because since we're coming around the clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock, right as we reach 12 o'clock is where the club's path is squaring up with our fairway. Therefore, we're going to make the ball go straight if we can get the club face to match. But certainly it is not a direct approach straight into the ball, and even worse is the outside in approach that most golfers have, which is really going to cause you to hit slices, hit low pulls, heel the ball. Overall, you're going to be less powerful, you're going to be more crooked unless you get your club coming from the inside correctly. Now, although a lot is said about coming from the inside, I'm sure you've probably read that in a magazine or heard that before, that we definitely want that club coming in from this angle, inside to square. But what you may not hear a lot about, see, if I had an extra set of golf balls here, I would lay them down from 11 o'clock to 10 o'clock, and I would continue the same arc back around to the left. What we really would like to do ideally is come from the inside like this. Coming from the inside, we square up just at the ball, hit it, and then the club, not only the club head, but the handle of the club as well, are working back around to the left, always on an arc. You see, a lot of people will fall into the pitfall, better golfers that may have learned how to bring the club head in from the inside properly, but they're missing the second half of the equation. The follow-through needs to keep arcing as well, otherwise you're going to have an enormous drop-off in accuracy, but you're also going to lose some distance too. Again, we're coming from the inside here into the ball here, but as I exit, I'm going to continue to arc both the club head and the handle around to the left this way. The mistake a lot of good golfers get in, and this is why they're stuck on a plateau, they end up coming from the inside, but the club head continues to go to the right and the handle continues to go to the right, or the handle continues to go too straight this way rather than back around in an arc again. When the handle and club head continue to go too straight up the fairway or out to the right, even worse, the pattern you generally get is a lot of high blocks to the right and then a lot of duck hooks, because you've got to introduce a little bit of a flip over in your hands as you're coming into the ball. Otherwise, you're going to be in the right trees all day. So a fourth idea when it comes to hitting the ball farther, but yet a tip that makes you go straighter as well, is making sure that you keep the tush line in line and not pushing forward off the wall. So if I take the club back here, let's say to here, what I don't want to see is pivoting this way and introducing a space between my butt cheeks and the wall behind me, or this chair behind me. But instead, I either want to glide along it, or I could even lift it this way. Either one of those would be better than shifting the weight towards the ball or moving the hips towards the ball in a move we would call early extension. Not only is this going to enable your arms and the butt of the club to more easily exit back around to the left for accuracy, but this is also going to move your weight in such a way that it's going to give you more power. Now, it's not a ton more, but definitely you'll see an increase. You'll have a better brace to hit against as you step into your left heel more balanced with your butt cheeks back, shifting down the wall, or even intersecting it going through the wall. Left hip to 8 o'clock, let's say, if the target is 9 o'clock. Instead of having your left hip push towards 10 o'clock, which a lot of golfers do, I'm actually going to be trying to get my hip to go to 8 o'clock instead, and that's going to help me get both longer and straighter. When it comes to hitting the ball both long and straight, the last item on our list, but certainly not the least, is in the grip, especially in the left hand. Is you're rarely, if ever, are you going to see a long driver of a ball take a weaker than neutral grip, which would mean that my thumb would be at 12 o'clock. The logo of the glove would be on the side, but instead I'm bringing that over into a neutral or even a slightly strong position. I'm going to have my left thumb at 1 o'clock. I can now see the logo on my glove, and I'll tell you another little secret when it comes to the left-hand grip. I want you to see here that between my thumb and my forefinger there is no space, there's just a crease. So I don't want to see a separation like this to get to 1 o'clock, but instead I've got to move the entire hand over as a unit. I want a crease that's tight, so thumb is married against the side of my hand. that divides at the bottom into a V like this. So when I take this whole unit, I'm going to take it and turn it over to at least 1 o'clock, because most long drivers you're going to see have a neutral or even strong neutral grip. A lot of the guys on long drive, they're going to have it maybe even over further to 130. Okay, and that's it. That's 5 great tips that aren't just distance tips. They're actually tips that would make you both longer and straighter off the tee, which is our mission of this channel, to help you get longer and straighter both off the tee and just in general. If that's your journey, as is mine, then you've gotten some benefit out of this video. I'd love to have you as a subscriber. Please hit the like button and leave a comment down below, especially if one of these ideas is new to you, or maybe you've tried a couple of them and they're working for you. If you have any questions, the same thing. I love to answer comments. Thanks again to Golf Development Complex in Moore Park, California for the beautiful day and allowing us to come out and film. I'm Steve, and if I don't see you in the next video, I hope to see you longer and straighter down the fairway. Thanks for watching.